Now that all the Titan containers are destroyed, I should go back to Bane and see how he's doing.
So that takes care of that. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead and ignore that. Forget what you saw. Man, I am just not giving this UI time to rest, apparently. Doing all the things. Let's see, was there anything else in this room? Let's see. Not up there. These demon heads are a thing you gotta break for this section, so I don't want to miss any. It's a pain in the ass coming down there. So, Wonder City. Weird.
This world is doomed. Cities like Gotham will grow to resemble hell, breaking through the sidewalk, continuing up into the sky. Structures will
Look at our life bar. Look at our life bar in the upper left there.
who live in them will be choked by the pollution they create. Eventually, when no space remains, this world will die, struggling for breath as man's mistakes nail the coffin shut. But this doesn't have to be your future, Gotham.
Weird that I didn't see these guys through the wall there.
Behind this wall is mankind's chance for survival. A glimpse at a future based on an amazing discovery. A discovery that will allow Gotham to rise like Lazarus, becoming a beacon of hope for this world. Are you
Man, these guys are fast.
then step closer?
There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Notice how he's not doing bone-breaking moves on these lady ninjas.
Gotham's future beats with
Wasn't the best
technology.
show off of that, but I did a takedown on her, and he did not break her leg or anything like that. I just punched her in the face.
Mechanical guardians will serve you, watch over you, and where necessary, protect you from the worst of mankind's sins. But most importantly, our beautiful world will survive. Ladies and gentlemen, allow us to present to you the future. Wonder City.
Wonder City. Well, that's certainly new. What is Wonder City? Huh. Very curious. Very curious indeed. So do you remember what I said earlier?
Tracker's signal
presenting
continues beyond this door, but the door looks like it's been sealed for decades. The assassins must be using another way to get through. These must be the famous mechanical guardians of Wonder City.
the famous
It looks
mechanical
like their
guardians.
inner workings were very advanced. I'm detecting a kind of memory tape they used, almost a primitive video. Perhaps I can scan and analyze it.
Perhaps. Wonder City. Cancelled.
Damn it! The data is incomplete. This is way ahead of the technology that should have been available back then. It looks like the data is stored in a shared memory pool. Maybe I can retrieve the information from the other Guardians down here.
So, very, what's it called? Like, the World Trade Show kind of deal we got going on here. the implication that Riddler was down here is horrifying, to say the least. So do you remember what I said earlier about it's not a question of why do people live in Gotham City, even though it's so crime-ridden? It's a question of why is Gotham City so crime-ridden? Why is there such a disproportional amount of super criminals and just regular psycho, like garden variety psychopaths and whatnot running around in this city? Like, even ignoring the fact that it's comic books and there needs to be a rogues gallery, there needs to be a conflict with the superhero. Like, that's the smart-ass answer. Oh, what up? You guys love your swords, don't you? So again, notice, no bone breaking. I'm just gonna spoil it for you. He doesn't do any bone breaking moves on the ninja ladies at all. Is it because of sexism? Ooh. No, it's because he's here kind of sort of asking the League of Assassins for a favor, and it's probably not a good idea to be putting their members in a hospital when he's here asking them for help. But it is a good little detail, and also, if you end up fighting the ninjas in the challenge maps as another member of the Batman family, not Batman himself, they will use bone-breaking moves against them. Like, Robin and Nightwing won't give a fuck. Oh! Oh, you learned to fly that day, honey. The day she learned to fly. That looked like it hurt, man. Non-lethal. Just as I made the point that he's trying not to put them in the hospital. I'm sure the League of Assassins don't bother with hospitals.
The assembled surveillance footage shows me where the assassin went. She must have been using a secret entrance. I need to find it.
Get your fucking gooey off the screen, Jesus! I meant a gooey in her face. It's obviously right here.
It looks like a sword fits here.
That's a really dumb lock mechanism. You guys are bad at this, you know that, right?
Protocol 10 will commence.
So we've already been down here for an hour. It has been an hour since we were in the subway and then made our way through Wonder City. Jesus Christ. The time fucking scale on this is so warped. Jesus Christ. Well, we're making pretty good time. $15 more river trophies, Jesus. Anyway. So, just keep that in mind. Why are there so many criminals in Gotham? I wonder. I wonder in Wonder City. Okay, Alright, that's distracting, to say the least.
You can hear me, can't you? You need to step into the light. Your father and I are waiting. We missed you so much. You have to do it. We need you to do it, Bruce.
Bruce! Bruce! Can you hear me? Your vitals, they're dropping. It's like they're in free fall. You need to find whatever you're looking for now.
How long have I got?
Oh, thank God. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. At this rate, I'd say minutes. Seriously, Bruce, you need to tell me what you want me to do. What do I get Robin to do? You know, if you don't...
I'll make it.
You should have listened to my warning. There are no friends to save you down here. Stop!
Hello, Talia.
How did you find us?
I recognized your personal guard. It was just a matter of following her.
Please, mistress, he tricked me.
Leave. I will deal with you later. You didn't need to get yourself arrested to see me, Bruce. After that night we spent in Metropolis, you could have just called.
I'm not here for you. Where's Raish? If he's dead again, I need you to wake him up.
Only a true successor may stand before the great Raish Al Ghul. My father always intended us to be together, to command his army. Just imagine it. You, me, a better world.
Your face! What happened?
I'm here to take my place at your side.
You wish to become an assassin. Why should I trust this change of heart?
You saw my face. Does it look like I have a choice?
Are you prepared to take the demon trials? You must show you are willing to take a life to save the world.
I'm ready.
Then let the trials commence.
I love that, like, change in attitude. Like, she's trying to be all seductive and convince him to join the dark side and be like, I'll suck your dick if you join the dark side.
Battling the enormity of creation.
And then he's like, yeah, I'll join you. And she's like,
I've
what?
seen worse.
What?
Nothing
Like,
can prepare
that's,
for what comes
what do you,
next.
are you sure? Like, she
Destiny will
doesn't
decide
believe
your
it.
fate.
Like, she's like, what?
I won't fail.
It seems like she's
I have heard
almost
these words 100
disappointed
Let us
that
hope
he's
you are
willing
correct.
to, like, break his rule and kill someone to join them.
Your journey begins through this door.
Let's get started.
Are you sure, Bruce? Only one man has passed this ordeal.
Are you trying to talk me out of this?
Of course not. I just want you to be certain. When the blood of the demon takes hold, you will be on your own.
Like always.
Then may the spirits be kind.
I love that too, where she's like she rolls her eyes, like always. And she's like, seriously, Bruce? Like, you of all people are gonna pull that line?
Welcome, Detective. I am the great Raish Al Ghul. Before you lies your first demon trial. Simply drink from the chalice. It is that simple. Good. Feel the blood of the demon course through your veins, restoring your health and twisting your will.
So remember in Batman Begins how he smelled the fear toxin plant?
Follow me through this world, and the trial
sort of
complete.
like that.
Touch
we got
anything
here
along the way, and you will die.
So this is just a little platforming puzzle, more or less. A good opportunity to talk about Talia al Ghul. Like I said, she's always got like kind of a romantic interest in Batman, and I really love like the relationship Batman always has with Ra's al Ghul.
These tests prove if you are
in the various continuities, because it's always shown that Ra's has a respect for Batman, despite them, you know, being enemies. I mean, he's kind of a genocidal maniac. I mean, he is kind of a terrorist who wants to, you know, just kill a whole bunch of people for the sake of a better world or whatever. Obviously, they are at odds. But there's also a respect there, and it might even be a two-way respect, where Raz understands that Batman and he have the same goals. They both want to rid the world of crime. They both want to make the world a better place.
I have searched for, detective, the one to succeed.
And he also recognizes Batman's skill as a crime fighter, as a martial artist, as a detective. And so that's always been a huge thing, is Ra's refers to Batman as detective. And and the way he talks to Batman and the way he talks to every other character he ever interacts with, it's always made abundantly clear that it's a huge sign of respect. That he's like, you are not just a detective, you're the detective. The world's greatest detective. And for a man like Ra's al Ghul, who has lived for hundreds of years and seen and done things beyond most mortal imagining.
The small quantity that I have allowed you to drink will only keep you alive for a few more precious hours. It is time for you to make the ultimate decision.
Like, of all the men Ra's al Ghul has met in his long lifetime, Batman is in the upper echelons of men. And there was even this one fun storyline where Tim Drake ended up coming at odds with the League of Assassins. And Ra's was kind of an asshole to him, like he didn't respect him. And then, like, by the end of that storyline, Tim Drake became the only other person that he referred to as detective, just like Batman. Like, he earned
time to face
the respect of Batman's greatest nemesis, or, you know,
challenge.
In terms of
the demon will give you
political power, at least.
Life.
And I think that there's, like, even though they think he's kind of naive and foolish to not want to kill anyone, like, they feel like, no, you got to kill criminals in order to save the world. And he's like, no, and they think he's kind of dumb, but they also really respect his moral convictions. They respect the fact that he's so uncompromising.
Collect your reward.
Like, they know, like, okay, you're Batman, and you're just never gonna say die. You're never going to, like, compromise that issue of your belief system, and they respect the fact that he is so ironclad about that one thing. Even though it's the one thing that makes them enemies, it's also the one thing that makes him worthy of respect in their eyes. So that's why I kind of like the idea of Talia being kind of disappointed that he's willing to break it. He's coming before her saying, like, I'm willing to kill and join the League of Assassins. You can kind of tell she's a little bit like, really? I thought you were better than that. A little bit, you know?
You did it.
You sound surprised.
Of course not. I always had faith.
Where's Ra's? I need to see him now. I'm running out of time.
Your final challenge awaits you through this door. I pray the spirits will be kind.
Ra's al Ghul.
Father.
Welcome, Detective. It is time for your final challenge. Kill me. Replace me as the head of the demon. It is your destiny.
I will never kill. Not even you.
What? You lied to me.
I needed a sample of your father's blood. This was the only way.
Allow me to help you. Use my sword. Take it all.
No.
And that is your final answer? Can leave this chamber alive.
We'll see about that.
Look at that tiny little palm tree. It's a palm tree! Aw, it's so cute.
You should have killed me when you had the chance.
Yeah. I've heard it all before. Jesus Christ. You people are like a broken record, I swear. So this is probably the best boss fight in the game, at least in my opinion.
Our numbers are too great.
Ow. Like, in terms of, like, presentation. And like I said, like, all the boss fights in this game are really strong.
Of my Lazarus!
Much better than fucking Arkham Asylum, at least. I also like the idea that we're using the electric gadget to fight him. Because we just saw, like, the lightning bolt was the thing that kind of revitalized him when he dropped into the Lazarus pit.
Give in. Never.
We are fated to rule this earth, to wipe it clean of the scum of humanity. Only we can do this. My father is old. His time is over. Ours is just beginning. Take his blade. Kill him. Accept your destiny. Accept our destiny.
You know I can't do that, Talia.
Then, beloved, you will have to die.
There's also a good chance to point out that Arkham Origins was a piece of shit.
Our numbers are too great.
Bam! What up, bitches? This made me more stronger.
We are Legion.
Look at it, another biblical reference, by the way, in case you forgot.
cannot defeat us.
That's a thing in this game.
You should have joined us. For that, you will suffer.
Because if you remember, the fight against Copperhead in that playthrough, which you shouldn't rewatch because it was very bad and also that game was garbage, was a straight rip-off of this fight. Like, where you fought a whole bunch of hallucination clones. Like literally a complete model swap of the fight, replacing Ra's al Ghul with Copperhead. It was total crap. God, that game was fucking garbage. Even the good boss fight against Deathstroke was also just the other half of this boss fight. Like, the Copperhead fight was the ripoff of the multiple clones thing, and then the Deathstroke fight was the ripoff of this part where it's all cinematic like that. I love that, banging his head against the sword like that. So fuck Arkham Origins, the end.
What are you doing?
Listen to me, detective, and listen well. You will kill me. You will lead the League of Assassins, because if you do not join us, I will kill the only person you have ever loved.
This wasn't part of the plan.
That's a lot of blood, Batman. Jesus.
Detective. You should have killed me.
Blah, blah,
Yes,
blah.
he should have. What kind of a man sacrifices his own daughter? And you lied to me. I thought you loved me, Bruce. I thought you were ready to join our crusade.
Talia,
Don't! You two deserve each other.
you're looking old, Ra's. What's really going on here?
I have used the Lazarus Pit too many times. I've lived 600 years. My mind and body cannot take much more. Each time I enter the pit, I am frightened of what will come out.
The Lazarus Pit has corrupted your mind. Think about it. If your pit falls into the wrong hands, you'll be powerless to stop centuries of destruction. This is your chance for redemption, Ra's. Call off your crusade, or I'll be back for you.
I don't know, I think Batman actually presented a pretty compelling argument that time.
Bruce? Where the hell have you been? I thought you were dead.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Did you find Ra's? Hold on. Your suit's readings are back to normal. Are you cured? What's going on?
Ra's and his forces are based underneath Arkham City, extracting some kind of naturally occurring chemical he's called Lazarus. He's been using it for centuries, slowly perfecting the process until he was even able to bring himself back from the dead.
And you took some?
He forced me to. Small doses appear to heal most ailments, but even the small amount I ingested had a few nasty side effects. Prolonged exposure has driven Ra's over the edge.
So, do you think you're cured?
No, the effects are temporary. Ra's tried to convince me to use his pit, but the risks are too great. When I'm done here, I'll need to investigate this Lazarus technology further. I told Ra's to shut his pit down.
And you think he will?
Unlikely. Ra's is addicted to the pit. I've given him one chance to break that addiction, or I'll be back to do it myself. Did Robin get you that blood sample?
Yeah, he's down at Gotham General.
So, remember how he fell into the swamp, which had an unusual chemical, which miraculously reanimated him? I wanted to get the... Where's the Wonder City one? What's the last riddle I gotta get for Wonder City? Check the map here. I thought it was the twins there. I want to get the full story of
Crazy there.
Wonder City.
Hey, Bud. I'm glad to hear from you.
It's me. What's happening there?
Bruce, it's not good. Gotham General has at least 30 confirmed cases. There are nearly 50 at Mercy, and it's looking like the pattern repeats all over the city.
I've run a simulation. Joker's blood could be in as many as 2,000 people by the morning. The first fatalities are expected soon after that.
I'm on my way back to Freeze right now. Hopefully the blood sample I extracted from Raish will complete the formula.
I hope you're right.
Mistakes nail the...
Where the hell's the last riddle?
But this doesn't have to be your future, Gotham.
Anyway, I'm sure the ones we got now are good enough. Because... he had located a chemical source that he called Lazarus. In small doses, it would rejuvenate a person, but Raish believed that with enough power, the Lazarus could be supercharged and defeat any ailment, even death itself. And he uses his pit, charged by lightning strikes, to bring him back from the dead. Wonder City continued to operate for months before the effect of prolonged exposure to the Lazarus chemical became clear. It was driving the city's inhabitants insane. When Ra's al Ghul failed to act, the newly formed Gotham City Hall did, when Wonder City was declared a public health hazard and quarantined. Troops dragged the screaming citizens out of their homes, straight to Arkham Asylum. Ra's al Ghul disappeared. As Gotham reached to the sky, new neighborhoods were built over Wonder City until the site was all but forgotten. Some years later, Ra's returned in need of his old pit. As force began the mining process, the streets above collapsed, but Ra's forced them to keep digging. So, Ra's return to Gotham City is what caused the streets to collapse. Do you remember? No, remember this? Just weeks before Arkham City was due to open for business, the streets and roads in the northeast section of the facility were devastated by a series of unexpected seismic activities. So Ra's returned to Gotham City, to Wonder City, only a few weeks before Arkham City officially opened. But that's not what's important. What's important here is prolonged exposure to the Lazarus chemical drives people insane. Ignoring the fact that I wonder what that means for Ra's al Ghul, Gotham City has been built on top of this Lazarus chemical for generations upon generations. And this is a little bit of a spoiler, but where do you think Wonder City is? Like, underneath, relative to the rest of the city? Where do you think the Lazarus Pit is relative to the rest of the city? I'm gonna give you a spoiler. It's directly underneath the movie theater where Bruce Wayne's parents were killed. So, that is why. That is the answer. Gotham City's inhabitants are corrupted by exposure to the Lazarus Pit, to the Lazarus chemical that has been part of Gotham's primordial soup since before it even was a city.
Gotham's future beats with Lazarus technology.
Everyone who is in Gotham, everyone who lives in Gotham, everyone born and raised in Gotham is exposed to the chemical and inevitably suffers from the long-term effects of exposure to it. Gotham is driven insane by the Lazarus, and I'm sure it's gotten worse in recent years, or like in recent decades, because of Ra's al Ghul's revitalization of the Lazarus Pit, like the actual pit that he uses to bring himself back to life, the most concentrated dose of the Lazarus that there is.
Do you really think I'll be safe if I keep hidden? I guess you know what you're talking about, right?
Well, at least you're not like that poor girl who was waiting around in the Joker's funhouse in the steel mill for what has been 6 or 7 hours by now. Anyway, so there's the answer. That's why the inhabitants of Gotham are insane, violent criminals. Because they're exposed to the Lazarus. Which means that the very war on crime, the very crusade against criminals that Ra's is so dedicated against, he is inadvertently responsible for it. He is inadvertently responsible.
Will commence in 2 hours.
So it's been 8 hours since the beginning of the game. He is responsible. He caused the plague of insane criminal tendencies that has stricken the city. He caused on accident the very problem that he has dedicated his life to solving.
Can't wait. It'll be a regular turkey shoot.
Very interesting, right? Anyway.
Bye, little birdie. Bang!
Then what? Back to the steel mill?
Nah. Find a way to get to the museum. Take out Penguin.
What does that make out?
And our job will be even easier.
Is that the sound of one of your faces hitting something hard? I hope so.
So we were down there in Race's pit for what was at least 2 hours. I wonder what's been going on in Arkham City while we've been away for hours upon hours.
Oh, I just heard someone scowl cracking against that nice hard door. I just like that.
Too easy.
God! Everyone, get your asses over here now! What happened? Just wake up, come on!
And then there was one.
Someone's missing in there. You?
So, we got places to be. I'm sure the city can fend for itself. Let's go ahead and go back the way we came. After all, it is closer to the GCPD from the steel mill than the other way around. Oh, huh. This gate wasn't closed before. I wonder what the deal with that is. Oh well, there's a switch right there. I'm sure it'll open it up for us.
You are not welcome here.
I'm not here to fight you, Croc. Let me pass.
Your scent is different. I smell death on you. I don't need to fight you, Batman. I just need to wait